guys, this is Rosita Applebum and I'm here with an updated eyebrow tutorial. If you would like to see how I achieve my brows, then keep on watching. Bye guys. Okay, so what I get started with is a spoolie, and this is just from Sephora, and if you're wondering why I'm looking over here is because my mirror is over here and I need to look really close into the mirror. So start off with a spoolie. This one's just from Sephora or like M.A.C. You can just grab one. They usually don't care, but you could also use, since I'm using this Anastasia Brow Wiz pencil, which you can find at Sephora for $21. It also comes with a spoolie on this side. I just prefer the ones from Sephora. They're a little bit like stiffer, I guess. So yeah, I'm using this Brow Wiz, and the color I have it in is an ash blonde. And the reason why I use such a light color is because I'm so pale and my hair is so dark that if I do a dark brow, it's just too much. Unless I'm doing like a lot of heavy makeup, then I'll do a darker brow to match it. But if it's just like this type of look, like I'll use this light pencil. I did have it in caramel before and I felt like it was just too strong, so I did go with the ash blonde. So what I do is I first will make a short stroke line under my eyebrow. So just short strokes, and I basically like outline my eyebrow. And I try not to go too close to the front. I kind of start off in like an inch in, like I just kind of start here and make it up to here. I don't really fill in the end of my brow because it's already pretty dark there and there's enough hair there. So I basically film, like I already have this shape. So this is my eyebrow with nothing on it, but I basically fill it in so that it can look just more like one with my makeup. Like if I leave it like this, it looks fine, but it doesn't look complete. So that's why I fill in my eyebrows, just kind of to make them a little bit darker, a little bit thicker. So I really like this pencil. It's very thin, so it mimics like real life hair, so that's why I like this pencil. So just a line under the eyebrow. Sometimes like my hairs get a little crazy in the back, but we're gonna fix that at the end with a brow gel. So next, what I do is with the same pencil, I will basically do the same thing on the top, and here I start off a little bit further, so I don't want any too much of a thick line here. So just make one line above your eyebrow. You could go over it if it's not as thick as you want it. And I'm going slightly above my natural eyebrow. So slightly above, like a quarter of a centimeter. Like I don't want it to look too fake because I like the natural look. So just above it. I'm sorry if you guys can't see. And on the arch, I don't do too much of a point. They're already kind of naturally pointy. I know some girls told me I have like Nike check eyebrows, but that's just my natural eyebrow. I don't know what to do about that. So I actually like the look of arched eyebrows. So once you fill them in like this, what I'll do is, if I want to make it a little bit more intense, I will take the Wet n Wild kit, and I used to use this, the Ultimate Brow Kit. I have it in ash brown, and I use this middle color here. I used to use this kit on its own, but I realized that it's a little bit too dark for my liking, so that's why I switched over to the Brow Wiz. And what I'll do is I'll take a M.A.C 208, or if you have the M.A.C 263, this is them side by side. I personally like the 208 better because it's smaller, shorter, and more dense. This one's meant for eyeliner, and I've already kind of frayed the edges, so I prefer the 208. And what I'll do is I'll spray some M.A.C Fixed Plus and make sure it's just damp, and I will tap it into this color very gently, very lightly, and I want to just focus this on the outer edges of my eyebrows. So I kind of just go the last bits, kind of like the tail, like the top of my arch, just to make it a little bit more defined. And this is if I'm going for a more intense look. If it's an everyday look, I basically just leave it at the brow wiz and some concealer, which is what I'm going to do next. So I sprayed again because once you've put the powder and put it on your eyebrow, the Fix Plus kind of disappeared. So I spray the brush again, and I'll do the other eyebrow. And so this creates kind of like a gel-like eyeliner substance, because when you spray Fix Plus onto a shadow, it's kind of like a mixing medium where it creates like an eyeliner. Like, this is a really good thing if you have a shadow and you want to create an eyeliner. Just spray some Fix Plus and you're good. The key to brows is just to take your time and be patient and not rush it, because when you rush it, it just doesn't come out neat, and I really like neat brows. So next, what I'll do is I'll take M.A.C Studio Finish Concealer. I have this in NC 15. It's a lot lighter than my skin tone, and I will take a M.A.C 212 brush. It's a flat brush. You can also use, if you have like a dome shadow brush, this is the Real Techniques one, or anything with a flat surface basically. And what I'll do is I'll take this flat brush, I'll dip it in, and this concealer is a little bit too dry. I think I want to go get the, I think it's like, I forgot what it's called, but it's the other M.A.C pot concealer that isn't the, this is the Studio Finish. I want the other one because it's a little bit like softer, but you can warm this up like on the back of your hand, but that's just too much for me. So I'll just dip it in, and what I'll do is I'll take this point and I will outline my whole eyebrow. And then I'll turn it on its side and I will blend that out. And you want to bring this concealer a little bit in front of your brow, because it's going to create a really nice, I don't know, like gradient, I guess you can say. But what I do is I'll just take it a little bit in front and then blend that out. Make sure you really blend this, because you don't want to look like you have whiteout along your brows. Sometimes I use my finger to blend it out. And don't worry about this blending too much. You can blend it with your finger, or you can just put powder, which is what I do. I put some banana powder over it and it blends it out. So now that you have this really light area under your eyebrow, what it does is it kind of contrasts with the dark powder we just put on. So it highlights them. It makes it look like you have a higher brow, higher arch. And also, it just looks a lot neater and cleaner. Right now, my eyebrows are freshly done, so I don't have to really hide any hair. But if you have like the Tattoo Concealer by Kat Von D or something like full coverage, this is pretty full coverage, but you could try like the Prolong Wear Concealer if you want to like hide any hairs or, you know, like dark spots that you have under your brows. Maybe like you got a cut from doing them or something. You could just use this concealer. And I know some girls overdo this concealer thing. I personally don't like that look. And I always see a lot of girls like, oh my god, you have perfect brows, to some girls, and their brows just look like two Sharpies. I don't know, but that's not the look I'm going for. So just blend this out. If it's like a regular day, I'll just put the brow wiz and I'll go, honestly, because this is like if you really want your eyebrows to look nice. If I'm going out, or if I'm going on a date or something like that, this is what I'll do. Now that you've done that, you can take a brush. This is my favorite brush. It is a setting brush by Samantha Chapman. It's like a dome shaped, and I'll take like any powder. Sometimes I use the banana powder, sometimes I use this Rimmel Stay Matte and Transparent, and just blend that out. if you'd like, you can also take the concealer with your 212 brush and you can do the tops of your eyebrows. I sometimes do this if they're, again, like I said, not cleaned up. But once they're cleaned up, like you've freshly gotten them waxed or threaded, there's really no need for this. This is just extra highlighting, but I'll do this if I have a lot of time or if I really want to like take my time with my makeup. Okay, so what you can do again is go back with your Anastasia Brow Wiz and redefine that line. So basically, sometimes with the concealer and brushes and stuff, it'll get kind of like erased. So I'll just go over it. I like the look of a very crispy line. That's just me though. You can, you know, take a spoolie and blend this out really well, but I like it like this, so. I'll set this with a tinted brow gel. This is the Anastasia brow gel in caramel. It's just a spoolie with a light brown, and I wanted to get the transparent. I still want to get the transparent. This will make your eyebrows a lot lighter if you get a lighter color. I got caramel because I like the look of brown eyebrows or light brown eyebrows. You can get the transparent, but this does, it'll set your brows so it doesn't budge. Now with this, since it is a very thick spoolie, you do have to be very careful of where you place it, and it'll also make your brows very, very hard. If you don't like that, then I wouldn't suggest this product, because it basically is adding color, but it's also setting them. So if you have like crazy eyebrows, like if your eyebrows never stay in place or they're like unruly or something like that, you can use this to set them. But it does add some tint. So you see, like right here, it got a little messy, so you could just take a brush and take it out. So what I'll do is I will take a spoolie brush and kind of comb the front portion, because I don't want that too dark. You could comb it up, comb it forward, and then comb it back. Last step that I take is a light shadow. I'm taking Brule. You can take a glittery shadow, you can take the Naked Basics palette and use the color Foxy. Sometimes I use Foxy. And basically you just want a really light shadow, and you're just going to place that under your brows for your highlight. Even if I'm not wearing eyeshadow, I will do this because it makes it look like you have higher arched eyebrows. So I really like that. It also sets the concealer a bit more so that it doesn't move or budge. If you want to go like extreme highlighting, you can take this L'Oreal Infallible shadow in Ice Latte and take a brush. This is an e.l.f. C brush. It's just like a really stiff brush. And you can pop this right under your brow. I hope you guys enjoyed this quick tutorial. It's really simple. It's basically just taking your time and carving out your shape and not doing too much. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I will see you in the next one. If you would like to see how I used to use the 20. Ow. You can take this L'Oreal Infallible powder.